Hello everyone, in this video I will show my progress of making bosses playable in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Starting off with No Heart, an Armour of a Master, Mysterious Figure, Master Xehanort, Master Eraqus, Terra-Xehanort, Vanitas, Possesed Ventus, and lastly, Vanitas' Lingering Spirit. No Heart has 5 Keyblade forms you can switch between. These forms can be switched between freely. No Heart will also automatically switch to the correct form when using an attack. You will also be allowed to cancel those attacks prematurely. Both invitations to Armour's time operation can be spawned, although only one of each exists at a time. For Armour of a Master, certain moves can be prolonged. At the beginning of an inspiration where the position will be fixed. This is done with the aura contained in camera shot. The desperation move used against Ventus will sometimes fail to spawn in the tornado projectile. At the moment I unfortunately have no idea what causes this. The desperation move used against Aqua works perfectly fine, and can even be prolonged. Now onto Mysterious Figure. There are technical problems with inserting characters together in some areas, which is why this is done in Radiant Garden's central square rather than the summit area. As for why Zack is the punching bag used for both Armour of a Master as Mysterious Figure, the NPC versions of Terra-Xehanort as Ventus won't load in properly for those two bosses, so I've given Zack instead, which is one of the few boss characters which staggers most identically to a player character. Clone move also works. Although trying to use adversarial clones out will cause, well, see for yourself. Collision Magnet unfortunately won't pull Zack up, and is something I don't know how to change yet. Two can hit Zack, although a break out of a move instantaneously so it's not dying if the count reaches 0. Time reversal itself works mostly as it should, although physical audio won't play once time resumes. Master Xehanort can now use teleportation slashes and works mostly fine. Keyblade Storm can also be summoned, although only one can exist at a time. It can also get stuck on geometry if summoned in certain positions. Just like Armour of a Master, Eraqus' B move can also be prolonged. Yes, even the fire bullet move can be prolonged. Terra-Xehanort has access to two shot locks, Dark Volley and Ultimate Cannon, and unlike the player version of Terra, these can be used instantaneously.
Take this!
Although running the game at high speed can cause this to happen.
Enough! You have lost! Enough! You have lost! Enough!
Terra-Xehanort's desperation move can also be accessed, although using it while playing at 60 frames means the meteors will often not fully rise out of the ground as their movement stop timers are tied to frame rate.
You have lost! You have lost! Sink into darkness!
There are 3 versions of base form Vanitas. In this case, you're seeing the version just fought in Ventus' story if you keep the graveyard to both of them joined back together.
Gotcha! Too slow.
Something you might find interesting is that cancelling out of the basic attack the moment you start sliding towards the target causes a side dodge to cover more distance. The distance depends on how fast you slide towards the target, which is determined by how far away you are from them.
Too slow. Too slow. Too slow. Slow. Too slow. Slow.
Shadow dive can also be stayed in for as long as desired. The after image strike is also possible. You can even skip delayed insta strike. While it is possible to ride the Keyblade Storm, it still needs more work to function properly. Because of how despawning the Keyblade Storm works, I need to make the 2-line Velvet check 50, possibly even hundreds of different entity slots. Since the Keyblade Storm projectile often occupy different entity slots, one more projectiles are occupying the slots where the Keyblade Storm would otherwise be for the moment. Possesed Ventus is most of the base Vanitas moves in addition to 2 unique moves. First off is the Exploration move. Yes, it can also be prolonged as well as insta-use. The somewhat janky forward charge also works. And now lastly, Vanitas' Lingering Spirit. All parts of a charge combo can be accessed separately, allowing it to do this.
Suffer! Go! See ya!
Dark Thing can also be used and even prolonged, although the lock-on markers only appear on a player entity which is currently invisible.
There's no escape! Darkness! Gotcha! Go! Suffer! What's yours is mine! Suffer! There's no escape! What's yours is mine! There's no escape! Suffer! There's no escape! Too slow.
And that's it for today. BBS Sleep Character State Controller is almost finished. I just have to fix certain things, and when it is stable enough, I'll release the first public build. You might have noticed this is on the PSP version of Birth by Sleep. The PSP port has so many technical problems, so I'm redeveloping it to use the BBS's BB emulator instead. Although you'll need to use version 1.11.3 of the emulator since I started development of the Character State Controller in that version.